And we're go.
Hello, everybody.
It says we are live. I am here. Rebecca, touched by yarn, is in the house. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I don't see anything in the clicker. There we go. Got a few people on. Rebecca, touched by yarn, is on. So welcome, Rebecca. Let's see. You're in Missouri. That's right. Trying to trying to remember in my head where everybody is, especially all the gardeners, so we can figure out where everybody is. Well, Capone Cabin, how are you doing, Kristen? I gotta hear some stories from you. I hope you are doing well. I heard that you fell off a ladder and got a few broken things. So God, I've been thinking about you. We've been thinking about you. I hope you're doing good. You're hanging in there. Good. Geez, that's got to be scary as heck. I can't imagine. Jamie, how are you doing? Hope it's a good day. Yes, it's always a good day. We're around, so it's a good day. Well, my dad said, you wake up in the morning, it's a good day. So I'm so glad you're doing well. Yeah, Kristen, that just when I saw the video your hubby put out, that scared the heck out of me. So I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully he's pampering you, taking care of you, and all that. So hopefully the weather's cooperating too. It's always fun to recuperate with warm weather, and I think you're South Carolina, so that's always you're always warm down there. So I used to go down to Columbia quite often for work. So hey, Brad, let's go garden. I'd love to. I just looked out the window. We'll talk about that. Okay, so you fell off a 10-foot scaffold. Oh, girl, man, that's just oh yeah. We're all thinking about you. There you go. April, welcome from Wisconsin. Can't wait for all the snow to disappear. Us too.
Yes, what did I hear? We're the 8th snowiest winter ever
Oh, geez.
right now.
Well, it feels like number one. Since we've been out at the farm, let's see. MC Tube U. Throw a name down if you don't mind. Throw a name down there. I want to just so I don't call you MC Tube U. call you the right name. Oh geez, Brad, where are you located? You got 3 to 4 feet of snow. We've got that as well. So we're probably in the 3-foot range. So yuck. Yeah. How are the girls? Bored stiff.
Yes, they're ready to get out.
They have been in the I misclicked there. Matt and Robin, how you doing? Welcome. We were just talking about that. The girls have been oh, Josh, that's you. Geez. Hey, thanks for joining. I used to work with Josh down in Columbia. Miss you, man. Good. Thanks for coming on the live. Good to see you. I didn't know that was your title. We were talking about the girls, and they have been in the barn. You know, we open the door every day, and it's probably a 15-foot wide window to the world for them.
Yep.
But they have been inside that barn for 3.5 months, basically.
They've wandered out a day here or a day there when it decided to get nice. But one nice thing with it is, since it is north facing, they're starting to see the sun more and more.
Wow, you'd want them south facing, but then we get some wind. So Brad's in Lionel Lakes. Okay, a fellow Minnesotan with too much.
I heard north got more than we did.
I'm so done. I'm so done with snow, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Your broccoli. Just turn the screws a little bit as we're staring out at 2 plus feet of snow.
And it's still trying to flake and flurry here.
Oh my God. That's not what I needed there. Heather's complaining that her broccoli has tiny heads. Oh my God. Let's see. Hard to type in the chat. Yep. Hey, Jace, welcome from Australia, where it's always warm. I think you were headed out four-wheeling or something this weekend. So, oh my God, used to live in Bijou, town of 92. I don't even know where that is. I have never heard of that town here in Minnesota. So
There's all sorts of tiny.
there's
little
all sorts of
towns,
places that, yeah, there, and we've got some other some others that have. We all live in dots basically. So
Yeah.
you're planning your chicken coop and run. There you go. Hey, if we can
Love
help
it.
in any way, let us know, Kristen. Just let us know. There you go. 8 more inches of snow.
Oh. Yep.
There you go. You got home from camping and came right on. Jace, we love you. Oh, yeah, that used to be my it would be cold, and I'd have to take a business trip down to South Carolina and see the good folks down there. And boy, that was so nice. I'd be down there, it'd be 50 or 55 degrees. I'd have a polo on because it would be just beautiful. And Josh and the gang would be looking at me. They'd have long sleeves and a light jacket on, and looking at me like I'm crazy, which I am. But I miss those 50-degree days.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dawn. Hope you're doing good. Hopefully, you don't have any snow. You've had some severe weather, so she had to tack the roof down on her coop. She didn't throw enough nails in the first time, and so she's got a brick and some stuff holding it down. We had a couple of shingles that came up in a good storm, so I do have a brick on the top of our coop too, just in one little area. So yeah, we're the same. I've got to tell you, couple things. We just had stuffed peppers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
$50 February continues. It is. We had stuffed peppers, and it's funny. We got done with $50 February, and we've still got a ton of food.
Yep.
We're gonna do a video inspired by Sarah and Matt over at Matt and Sarah, and they talked about all the things they never have to buy again because they're gardening. And I don't know the answer to that, but I kind of mentioned it to Holly, and she's like, well, obviously chicken, eggs, and da-da-da. There's a lot of things that we don't have to buy ever again because we've got our garden firing on all cylinders, or we did. Let's hope we get summer. Just a lot of stuff. So watch for that video, but man, it made me think, we really did well for February, and we could have continued that on.
Well, and I'm hoping
you didn't want to.
And I'm hoping with this summer to get a good herb garden in and be able to dry some of that too, and then be able to carry that over.
Yep. And some wintry mix. Oh, wintry mix. That means there was part of summer mixed in. We don't have that yet. So hi, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Thanks for joining us. So another thing, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, is on here. So if you guys have not checked out Rebecca's channel, please do. Rebecca is like this one over here, knitting, constantly working on project. The last time when Holly ripped that all out, now it's back in another form.
Yep.
So Rebecca sent us a note way back and said, I forget what the exact thing was, but hey, what do you guys like? It's getting cold there. I need to. She needed an excuse, I think, to make some hats and have some fun. So right after our last live, I think it was probably the next day, we got a package, or a couple days after that, we got a package. Postal package came, and it was packed. And so we open it up, and this is so. And I looked and said, "Oh, it's from Rebecca." So she said she was going to send a. Oh, is everybody wondering what?
Yeah, it's kind of a fun little crisscross pattern.
It looks kind of bleached out at home. Can you hold? Is it
there?
Yeah, it's a nice. Well, I was going to say blue, green, and white, but I'm sure it's girl colors. That are
blue, green, and white works.
Okay. Well, anyways, we get the. Let's see.
So we get the package.
Okay, hold on. I wanted to. Melissa and Eric, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think you're down Missouri or Arkansas. I think. See if I get that right. Anyways, I digress. this package is just packed. And well, first off, I'm gonna pull out. We got some hats.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, since we're heading
Nice,
into
warm, comfy.
yet another cold spell, throwing the hats on, and I even got a spare. I think she figured, well, Rich is going to beat up his or something, so we got a spare. So Rebecca sends us 3 hats. Here, you can have the pile over there.
Okay.
We got like a nice washcloth and a, I don't want to call it a trivet. Is that what it is? You wear a
Something to
hot
put your
pad?
hot pans on.
Hot pad, thick hot pad, nice washcloth.
Love the colors.
Lots of color in it. She obviously thinks we need some calories, so a whole bag of suckers. So either she's calling us a sucker or we need something. And then I think this is, I took it as good humor. I was complaining about Tilted K Homestead is in Arkansas, about running out of milk. So, and also that our potatoes had run out during February. You know, we tried to go the whole month. So Rebecca sends us 2 big containers of instant non-fat dry milk. Perfect preparation, prep stuff. I've never used this before, but we got 2 of them. So I'm keeping it for an emergency when I run out of milk. And then because I was joking about potatoes, I love potatoes, no doubt about it. And we'd run out instant mashed potato flakes, 2 bags of those. So Rebecca was like, I love you. Thinking of me. I can have my spuds and milk. And she's not a milk girl. So this is totally for me. You can have all the suckers. But we got the hats for when it gets cold again, which I think we're supposed to get into single digits.
Tomorrow night.
Oh.
Tomorrow night, overnight, single digits, but then I think we're on the upswing from there.
Yeah, I saw 40 once.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 40, but only once. I am just, anyways, Rebecca, thank you. This is, I'm actually going to take it off because it is so hot having it on. But now I'll be fashionable. I can wear it up high and I'll be fashionable when I'm outside. See what, instead of the old thing that I wear. So, anyways, enough of the knitting. But thank you, Rebecca. That was just way above board. But I had the biggest laugh opening that up and seeing the milk and the potatoes. So thank you very much.
Yeah, she said that's exactly just in case of an emergency.
Tried to crochet a heart.
You.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yes.
I wouldn't even know where to start. You guys just sit and do all this, and it ends up looking great. Rebecca probably spent, I don't know, several hours, I'm sure, on that. I was kind of joking that it wasn't going to take long, but just with the skill, it'd take me years to get that thing done. So, we appreciate that. Let's see, Xander and Sarah. No, not time to talk about it. You don't get to plant till June. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to that in just a second. I just wanted to, I needed to thank Rebecca for all that. And let's see, in case of emergency. Well, we got our emergency Rebecca packet just in case. It's one of those things it's good to have, and you hope you never use it. But thank you. Yeah, single digits. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, the windows are open. Wait, your widows? I'm sure you meant windows. Hopefully, there's no widows around. You on 10-foot scaffolding. We got to keep doing that. What the heck, Kristen? I don't even know. You know what? I've seen these on lives. I don't even know what this is or how to go about. We'll talk afterwards. Thank you very much. You need that for like casts and PT and occupational therapy. And my daughter's an OT, so I'm sure you'll be seeing a PT and an OT and oh my God. Thank you, Kristen. I really appreciate that. That's not needed. Okay, here we go. Each hat takes 2 hours only. for you. Yeah, only. I cannot even
Well,
imagine.
Once you know the pattern and you got it down, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, windows, you only have one pot at a time. There we go.
That's what we figured.
So we were going to talk about getting into gardening. Despite 2 feet of snow out the window, and it finally got dark just as we were talking here. Thank God for daylight savings.
Yeah.
We have a live, and this is the first live we've started since October, where we started with
some daylight outside.
some daylight outside.
Yeah.
But we've been working. We went and where's that box of seeds?
I've got it right here.
Just hold it up for the studio audience. There's the beginning of our garden. We're trying to figure out some stuff. So we also bought some soil some starter soil to put in the pots. We're going to start potting things, start getting some seeds going. So between 3 big bags of soil and all our seeds, we're in about $200 so far this year, which isn't bad. We had a whole bunch set aside from last year.
Yeah.
From things we had sold and all. So that's good. But it's time to start thinking. Holly has been making notes. We've got a whole list of, all the asparagus, beans, beets, bok choy, broccoli, everything that.
Different vegetables and fruits, things we can grow.
We're trying to think of what do we want to grow, because we're trying to plan this year for us and to go from 2 families on our CSA to 4. And we've been charging $15 a week per couple for the past 2 years, just as we go through our learning process and all that. They've been getting a great deal.
Yeah.
There's times where it's anywhere from, if I only gave 6 kinds of vegetables, I'd be embarrassed. But there were times where we were giving 16, 20, over 20. I remember like 22.
Yeah. Well, you're talking, 4 different kinds of cherry tomatoes and different things, but still a good variety.
And yes, we're going to start our seeds. We're going to bring all the tables up here against the window and in my office by the window, all the tables, and we'll have all our flats up here where it's warm. Our basement is 55 to 60-ish.
Yeah.
A little bit cool, but we've got shelving and lights on there.
Yeah. So we start them up here. We got huge south-facing windows, so they get a lot of heat and sunlight. And then once they're finally big enough, then they go downstairs to the grow lights. They
get big enough, and at some point in the next a little more than a month, we're going to have 40 chickens in there in a big tray in my office, getting going too. So we're going to move all the seeds downstairs. It's kind of a coordinated dance. It'll grow downstairs till we hit about last frost. Then it goes outside to what we call the little girl coop, the one that's fully outside. Then the girls are already outside in the coop inside the barn, the little coop. We plant the plants. The new chicks from the barn will come outside to the outside coop on their own and sleep there.
Yep, now that it's warmer.
Until late summer, so we're kind of June-ish. Then they go back in the fall.
With everybody.
It's just a coordinated dance that we go through here with plants. But I can't just put plants outside to harden off. The chickens would eat them all.
Yep.
So that's why we put them in the coop or in the run that's locked. Nothing can get in there.
And we start the little girls inside the pole barn with the big girls because it's out of the elements. We can keep heat lamps on them.
Yep.
But
that's right. Last year we were part of, and I talked to Celtic Roots about the seed swap this year. And I know they're not really on the air much. Their lives got really busy, so don't have much of a YouTube presence. But I think maybe next year we'll try to head up a seed swap. That was a lot of fun, and we met a lot of good people. I forgot you guys were in that, but I did get some seeds from you, so that was fun.
Brad's got a question for you.
How you cut or burn your holes? Oh, yeah. That's well. When we go to plant, we've got our garden fabric, and we've got holes that are probably 3-4 inches around. maybe bigger, 3 to 5 inches, somewhere in there. I guess I've never measured them. I got a little burner
It's
that
a little butane, almost like what you'd use for cooking.
Yep.
Like if you're gonna
fire creme brulee or something like that, or for crafting. It's just a little butane. There's a cylinder inside it, and when it runs out, I turn it upside down, and I've got a big cylinder of propane that I fill it with, and then it fires right up. But I just go on a day when it's not windy, which that's the hardest part of gardening.
Either that or he gets me out there with a couple big pieces of
cardboard
and,
be my wind block.
Yeah.
And we burn those holes, and you can measure them off with the garden fabric. There's lines on it. So there's 3 feet width between them and 18 inches apart. As you're going down the line, it's 18 inches. Every 18 inches, I put a hole, and then we do them 3 feet so we can walk between. So
And what's nice about the little one too is you can turn it down. It doesn't have to be at a certain angle to work.
Yep, the little one. It works great. And maybe I need to kind of walk through the entire garden and what we do and how we do it. That's a great thing, Brad. I'd never even thought about doing that. Thanks. Good answer, or good question. Hey, Dave, welcome. Another cold person. We got to get started. So we've been trying to figure out, if we're offering our CSA to 4 families now, and we're going to ask the appropriate price, they've been getting a great deal at $15 a week. But
it's also been starting later. So
yep, it started probably in July or so, mid-July to October.
Yeah.
I want to start early June through October, offer a long summer of pickup once a week, and also some extras when the asparagus comes up in April. As soon as that comes up, say, hey gang, you got to come out, and we'll coordinate with everybody. We'll cut some asparagus so they get fresh asparagus, and we're going to give them some goodies from the garden from last year. We've still got squash from last year.
Yep.
We've still got, a lot of frozen peppers. We've got stuff that is great, perfect produce that could start them off. So kind of give them some extras, some of the relish we made, some of the salsas we made, kind of try to add a little something other than just fresh produce.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is trying to figure out what everybody wants in a CSA. What do we want?
How long does it take to grow? When do we need to start?
Well, that's what Holly was doing today, was writing down on each line, how many days does it take to germinate? And then from there, how many days does it take to get to maturity so we can pick it? Then we're going to back into when do we need to plant everything indoors to get it ready to be, some of it, lettuce, we can't plant, in pots. We'll just need to do that outside. But when do we need to start planting everything to get it ready? June 1, cold weather stuff, June 1 into June, and then the warm weather stuff that we can get out will start in July.
Yeah, like the radishes we can get going, the lettuces we can get going.
Carrots going right away. There's a lot of stuff, peas, a lot of things we can really knock out, hopefully. Last year we were still doing some prep in the garden.
Yeah.
Getting things
and
set.
And then Memorial Day weekend, when we were planning on stuff, we got rain.
3 days of storms. It was nuts. So that's what we've been working on. It's been a lot of work. Now it's going to be, once she's got all the dates on, actually she did it online. We've got it printed, and I like to see it printed. Now we got to be able to back into all our dates and what can we plant. So I don't know if you guys do anything like that. Let's see. Too many rocks on our ground. You know what? We found a use for those rocks. And it was good. We had a bunch of decorative rock out front, and we want to put plants in there. But the rock was not rock that we want. It just was not the right style.
Well, they had tried to clean it out and had put mulch over the top of it. And then the girls tore that all up.
The chickens just dug everything up. But we got the cattle troughs.
Yep.
And so all that, we cut holes in the bottom of the cattle troughs, and we want water to be able to drain through, not slowly fill up. So we cut the holes in the bottom, then took all the rock. So if you want to start collecting your rock, and we took rock that we found in the woods.
Yep.
Out there as we're digging, we've made rock piles. We put all that rock on the bottom, probably put 3 inches of rock, small, big, little, not boulders, but smaller than a baseball, a tennis ball and down probably.
Yeah.
And then we put garden fabric over that, a couple layers of garden fabric so the dirt wouldn't just work in. And then on top of the garden fabric, we put in mulch, chicken manure, and our topsoil, and then started planting.
Yeah.
So we can water, it's going to drain through that garden fabric, through the rock, out the bottom. And those planters work great. So if you've got rocks, there's your solution. Use them to your advantage, because I want to get 3 more planters this year, or 3 more cattle troughs. And that was my first thought. Oh man, where am I going to get rocks? So if you're coming down to Minnesota, if you're coming down, I might be able to take some rocks off your hands.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have never grown peanuts. Now, I don't know how they would do in Minnesota. Dave, did Dave say where he's from?
Not that I remember.
Dave, are you upper mid, or are you Ontario? Is that what you said? Maybe you did say Southern Ontario. If you, how do they do in cooler weather, short season? I mean, we've got basically June 1 to October 1 before we get
Southern Ontario.
Okay.
So
I'd love to do peanuts. It's something totally different. That would be, it's just something that's not grown around here. So it'd be fun to try that. 16 4x10 raised beds.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you've got your chicken coop coming, you're going to have instant stuff. Make one of those into a compost pile and keep turning it over. And then you can amend the soil throughout the season, kind of top dress the other beds as you go, as that has already broken down and it isn't so hot. I moved out 2 huge wheelbarrows full of, we had some hay that had gotten, or the straw that had gotten some snow through the door and was a little wet. I didn't want wet straw in there. It just makes the place mucky. So dug out about two wheelbarrow loads and brought that out to the compost pile and added to that heap.
And that was and you added to it about a month ago when you cleaned out under the roosts.
Yeah, and so we put another bale of straw up there today. So we're continuing to work on our compost. Kristen, you're going to have a boatload if you rocks. You get rocks as big as your head. Okay, well, these are bigger than if you find smaller.
Yeah. You're talking field rocks.
Yeah, some big stuff. Okay, you're southeast of Detroit. Okay, that let's see.
Yeah.
Compound radius fracture. Yeah, I was going to say, just go, which arm is functional? Hopefully, that sounded bad. The arm you broke, hopefully is your left and you're right-handed or something, or vice versa. Yeah. So your dominant. Yeah, your dominant hand hopefully is available, because gardening is so tied to that. I had rotor cuff surgery on my shoulder and was kind of immobile many years ago. But I remember trying to garden left-handed. Oh my, I am so dominant. My right is good. Okay, good, okay. Kristen. And then you're in good shape there. You can do some. You know what, Brad? We have never had tomato blight.
Not yet.
Not yet. We've got we've got our tomato alley where we had tomatoes, that big archway, a 40-foot archway, where we're gonna put tomatoes there again this year. But in taking out the tomatoes last year, I took some of that soil and moved it to another part of the garden, and I'm gonna deeply amend with new soil in that tomato, so we're not growing tomatoes in the same soil that we grew tomatoes before. So I have yet to deal with that, thank God. And we're new here, so this will be our 4th summer on the farm, 4th year gardening. I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think this is our 4th year in the garden. And so we have had tomatoes in totally different areas. This will be the first time with Tomato Alley that we're using the same area for, we finally got our garden in a purpose. I would like to make 2 arches and rotate tomatoes each year, put something else climbing on that in the off year. But that's down the road. 120 days, so plant it June 1 and come October, must be about 55. Yeah, I think if we did that like a June 1 to June, July, August. Yeah, that'd be 120 days. That would get us to October 1. And that's basically our gardening season right there. We get 4 months.
Yeah.
Then there's 8 months of talking about it. So steal that idea,
Go
Brad. That's not a brand new idea.
16-foot cattle panels?
Yep, they're 16 by 4-foot cattle panels, arched. I don't know if I ever did a video kind of on the construction of that.
No, you just need to find a way to hold them in at the bottom.
We put where the base was going to be. We had our fence. We used our fence on one side, and the other side we went out
rebar
like 7 feet, and then pounded rebar in, and so the cattle panel would sit against the fence, and the base would sit against. There'd be 2 pegs, and the base would sit there, so it couldn't push out.
And we overlapped a little bit on the panels themselves. So
and wired them together. And it worked great. I will tell you that you're only putting something at the base when it is full of tomatoes and the wind is really whistling. That thing does rock and roll a little bit.
But it withstood the winds we get out here.
We got some big winds and it withstood that. So there you go. Northern Girl Hobbies. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us. Welcome aboard. We're getting the upper Midwest and Ontario contingent tonight. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, that tunnel worked great, and I can't wait to get tomatoes out there. And we've got some other tomatoes. We always end up, you plant more than you need. We're going to try to sell some. And sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. If not, I'm going to plant them some other spot in the garden, get some way to support them. And we started bringing food to the local food shelf. And if we brought fresh tomatoes on a weekly basis to the food shelf from just extra stuff that we were growing anyways.
We had the plants, so it's not like
we brought like 60 pounds of peppers to the food shelf.
Peppers and eggplants.
Eggplants, squash. I just, if we've got extra, that food shelf, it's only 10 miles from here. So it's, and their eyes lit up when they saw fresh produce. So that wasn't a zucchini. I think people donate zucchinis and that's about it. So tomatoes would be great. So that's what we're trying to do, is back into our growing season.
When we want things to be ready to go and ready to pick.
Because last year we just planted everything and it was all on the tables right away. We had everything planted, but I don't know if that's the right way to do it. So we're going to back into it and see. And then when do we need to be outside planting beans, peas, the stuff we get, beans can't get too ahead of ourselves.
No, and that's one of the reasons too, that there's a couple of different things. Even though we're doing eggplants, I've got 2 different varieties, and one should be ready 20 days earlier than the other.
2 kinds of what? I'm sorry.
Eggplants.
Okay. Yep. And that's fine. And also one thing I want to do, instead of planting all the cabbage at once, plant some, and then another 3 weeks later, plant more.
Yeah. So
we're putting them outside. So I'm not doing, our CSA folks are not getting, okay, gang, here's all your cabbage. It's all ready at once. No, I want to kind of see how we can stagger planting, have an early side to the garden, and then a later side.
Or even if it's within the
rows, or one row,
half row and then a half
one row and the next row, something like that. Spread that out. We'll see. Hey, Paula, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Chicken gurus. Hey, who survived winter?
It's not done yet.
We're not done yet, Paula. Come on.
We're in Minnesota's 3rd winter here.
What are you talking about being done? Let's see. Whoops, I missed the wrong one there. Start Caesar in the camper. Yeah. Although you've got warm, I wonder if you could get some plastic and just put it over something and even keep them outside. Or I don't know if you'd have problems with raccoons or something getting in there and getting inquisitive and digging around.
She's had her lettuce outside all winter. Down about 4.
Where am I? Okay. Good eyes. Did you lettuce? Okay. And cold weather, stuff like that, there's no reason why not. My cat keeps getting. We've got enough feral cats around here. Holly's talked about a cat, and it's like, you know what? With all the chickens, I've been looking out the window and seen too many cats kind of staring and getting ready to.
See, and I'm a cat person. I've had cats indoors, and I know it's like you're doing something on your keyboard, they're right on top of it.
Oh, they beat. Yeah. We'll put it out in a month. Yeah, we don't have a greenhouse. We've talked about it. Yeah. We've thought about it. I want to get the right design and get it in the right spot outside. This year, I think we're going to go through a big process, hopefully getting our orchard out there, getting a bunch of fruit planted. You know, we want to do raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, all that. Yeah. And there's a whole part, and I'm behind on that because there was a whole chunk of the forest that is just junky trees, and I wanted to really thin that out. Well, I couldn't because we had 3 feet of snow, and you can't get out wading through that with an active chainsaw. So,
this winter's put a damper on a lot of things.
A lot of outdoor work that we could have done, and fires we could have had, and just enjoying the outdoors got put on hold because I'm not wading through 4 feet of snow to get out just to have a fire.
Yeah.
We only had a couple, much I can in my boxes. Okay.
No, plant what works together.
Yeah. Put them all. If things work together, they work together. How big are the boxes? I've seen some people that have some really neat ideas with the slanted glass and beautiful boxes. And you know what? It works. Even today, it's been around freezing right now, but there's been enough. The sun's high enough now.
Yeah. Everything was melting, so it would be.
I think it'd be warm. For cold weather crops. I think you'd be good in those boxes right now. It's gonna get warmer, right? It's gonna get. Lord above, it's gonna get warm. You got my chicks, yes.
Yep.
58. There you go. The 72 that you need. Wow. And that's just a starter. You might lose a couple, so you better order 80.
Yeah.
We got 40 coming. We're going to, I said, we could probably have 60 in the barn comfortably during the winter. Well, now after watching them, we're getting 40 more. We've got 60 right now. We're going to thin out the group. There's some old girls that don't lay as often, so we're going to move them on to new owners. There's a couple girls with attitude that might go to new owners, or they might go to freezer camp.
So about 30 of what we have.
We're gonna thin out some, and we're gonna try to go through. Yeah, about 30. We're gonna try to 70, winter 70 over winter, and I think they should all get along.
Yeah.
If we get rid of the Rhode Island Reds, the Sapphire Gems, the ladies with an attitude.
Yeah.
You're out. But we're gonna. So he said to order 45, so he did 58. I love it.
Yep.
Let's see. Yep. Boxes are 4x3.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason unless you're gonna get 3 feet of snow. But you know what? 3 feet of snow falls on the boxes. It insulates it. So we've got our garlic outside. This is the first time we did garlic and shallots.
Yep.
And we've got it all out in one of our raised beds. Well, I can't even see the raised bed. I mean, the snow is literally higher than the raised bed.
And you put straw over the top of it, right?
I did put some straw over the top.
With the snow around it, I'm sure it's insulating it.
It's, who knows, or the mice are having a field day digging it all up. You never know with that stuff. But I don't see us getting to 10 below anymore. I don't see us getting below 0.
No.
I hope. I think I'm
Monday
right
night
on
might
that.
be the last of our
single digits.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it'll be,
Mm-hmm.
teens at the least, or 20s and 40s. I want to get into that routine of 20s and 40s,
Yeah.
then get rid of some snow. And then as the ground gets exposed, then it's 30s and 50s. Usually by the end of March, everything's gone. I don't think that's going to happen this year at all, unless we get big rains. And then I feared all the flooding, and there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what. 34 people in the house might become 35. Wow. Yeah. You got enough. You'll have enough chicken eggs then. If you've got 33 in the house, or 35, that's a lot of eggs needed on a daily basis. Wow. Cover straw. You know what? I think you uncover. This is our first time growing garlic, so you're asking a newbie. I'm going to give an opinion. Definitely research it before you take my opinion on this one. But I think when temperatures are going to stay continually above freezing,
probably above 40, 50.
Even if it's going to stay above freezing, then you can pull off the insulation and let them, because they want that soil to warm up. That's going to promote growth. Look it up, though. Look it up. That's just an opinion. So please. Well, welcome, April. Thanks for joining us. Keep saying the dirty S word. Yes. I'm so sick of saying that 4-letter S word.
2 years.
Yeah. We are on the top of a hill. I'm sure I've said it a million times, but we have so much wind up here that usually when it snows, the snow sits for a day, then the wind comes in behind the storm and blows it 100 miles downrange. Just because we're so bald. And there's been parts of our yard that have never been covered in a winter for the first 3 winters we were here. Now this winter, we've literally got 2 to 3 feet everywhere. Yeah. And there's spots where some trees are lined up and the wind blows the snow and it kind of catches on the tree and deposits. There's some spots with still 5 or 6 feet out drifts. In the woods. Yes. The drifts are monstrous. I could carve make a snow fort and do our next live from the snow fort. I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah. That's why you got 35 in the house. You're Italians. You stay close. Hey, that's all right. And you make great food.
Okay. Well, Brad's saying he leaves his garlic covered and fertilizes.
When they come up and then they cover them. Okay, so you cover them the whole time.
Okay.
We had potatoes in the ground. Are these in, Brad, you might want to say if these are in raised beds or not. We had potatoes in the ground our first year, and we put a lot of straw on top to kind of fluff it, to keep it covered, keep the moisture and all that. The mice used that as bedding and burrowed down and nailed our potatoes. I just wonder if they're in raised beds, now that might be different. But just wondering if you get a problem with that in a raised bed, or if you've got yours in the ground. Let's see. 6 feet melted. Oh my God.
Oh.
Let's see. Cover with leaves from the trees from my yard. Okay. Yeah. We just used the straw, and then last year we used raised beds on the potatoes. Yep. So we didn't have to deal with that. And I don't know. We gotta also figure out where we're rotating our raised beds this year, because you can get potato issues. I don't want to put the potatoes in the same beds as last year. So, and we got to add all sorts of organic material. Well, we've got literally tons of it.
Yes.
Thanks to our girls. Let's see. Hey, Barb, welcome aboard.
Awesome.
They've been doing really well. Your potatoes look awesome, Barb. Seeing them starting, and I think you had them in and they were growing, and then you got that really big cold spell. But they look great. The last video that I saw when you went by, they looked awesome. So good job. Those troughs work incredible for us. So they just drain so well, and I love them. I love them. So thanks for joining us too, Barb. It's good to see you. Let's see, but
yeah, you've got a.
Oh, you moved from New Orleans to Wisconsin. Well, yeah, a little. We get about 3 weeks of that muggy New Orleans weather up here, and the rest of it, is a little different. Well, that's good, April. Yeah, my God, the wind up here, just because we're so exposed.
Yeah, she said surrounded by farms, and we're up on the hill. There's just nothing to stop it.
We do have. We're going to reinforce it, but on the north side and part of the west side of our property, where our dominant winds come from, we
do have trees.
We have trees. So there's times where the wind's coming and we're out in the driveway and it feels beautiful. And then you walk out to the road and you get beyond the windbreak and bam, it knocks you over almost. It's like, wow, this windbreak really does work. So we're trying to add some more trees to it, some things. So I don't know if everybody else is doing anything similar, getting back to just gardening. Some of you have already planted. I mean, when I watch Barb's, if you guys want to see the polar opposite, I don't know if that's the right word, but the opposite of us, Barb's planting beautiful tomatoes. And that probably was from last week or the week before. Tomatoes out in her garden, they look great. We haven't even started ours. I mean, it'll be Memorial Day weekend when we put our stuff out. Yep. That's our plan. So Barb, you're 3 months ahead of us. It's amazing the gardening, where's my hand? There's your gardening time frame. Here's ours. We got to just absolutely rock everything into 4 months there. So my God, our treasured home, welcome. Thanks for joining us. You got a new icon. Is that a fish? My glasses aren't working good enough. I can't see that. Oh, and better late than never, Gwen. Speaking of being down on the other end of the gardening spectrum, you put tomatoes. Whoops. There you go. Got tomatoes out today. Unreal. We got, and maybe you can put down what you got. We got our black cherries again. What varieties did we get?
Oh, so we got, let me see if I can find them.
Can you find them? I'll let Holly look for that. That is a new icon. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It's like, that is new.
Yeah.
And it's a fish, right? I'm sorry. It's small on a smaller screen. Our broadcast screen is smaller. So, I'm almost ready to pull out my tomatoes. Yeah, you're on the other extreme. When we're going spring, you're going fall.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if you pull out the sound of seeds gets your heart rate going. You should be getting more cold weather next week, right? Oh, geez, Barb.
Yeah.
Thanks for rubbing that in. Yes. I think it's this week. And then all right, what do we got?
So for my paste tomatoes, I went again with the Amish paste, the San Marzano, and the Jersey Devil. They all did really good out here. And I love having the variety. For our beefsteak, we've got a beefsteak, and then we've also got an early girl.
And we didn't have any kind of beefsteak or any of that last year.
We had the German pinks.
Yeah, those were oh my God, those German pinks. They were like a 6-pound tomato, and before they got fully done, they were rotting. So it's just
And then cherry tomatoes, we've got his black cherries.
Yep.
We did the large red cherries. We got the.
Those were so good.
I didn't see any super sweet 100s in there.
Yeah,
Might have to get.
They're.
No.
What?
Nope.
Yeah,
We'll
there's somewhere. I got 2 packets.
Okay.
Sent one to Dawn, and we got one.
We're doing the yellow pear again because those are
1 plant.
Yeah.
Not 5.
And when I was ordering, they sent some bonus seeds on, and this sounds interesting. It's a tomato chocolate pear. So a little more flavorful pear tomato, darker in color.
We'll put that over somewhere. There we had the
I didn't see one when I was going through it.
All right. Well, they're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
The sweet 100s, we're for sure gonna. You got to have that. That's one of my favorites as well.
So we've got 80 plants, 40 of each. And
yeah, we got 40 plants.
Figure out what we're
plus
gonna do.
We're gonna have some other tomato area, drip irrigation. Yeah. Oh, that black cherry, Gwen, you're gonna love it.
Yes.
Didn't get planted. I need another raised bed. It's like chicken math, garden math. I'll just add another garden or something. Yeah, you can't do enough of that. Blues, soak your seeds in cold tea. Is that all seeds or just? Man, I don't know where I'd soak all that. We have got so many seeds going out. I mean, it's hundreds of. I think what did we have last year? 300 plants that were downstairs under the lights, getting ready to go.
Something like that, yeah.
It was all. Where did we get?
Good. A lot of them we got from
Fleet Farm,
but my paste tomatoes I got from Seeds and Such.
Yep.
And they're the ones that gave us the bonus.
And the black cherry tomatoes were sold out at, where did I get them? Like the Southern Seed Exchange. I finally found them. There was a certain variety. I had ordered the black cherry tomatoes and was sent the wrong variety. Yeah, these are the ones from Eden Brothers, and they sent the wrong botanical name. So, and then Dawn sent us the right seeds, and then I wanted more, and then that's Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. That's where we got the right Solanum. I don't know what, but maybe that's gonna overexpose. Yeah. Sorry about that. The light's right there. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, and very well priced. It looked like there was quite a few seeds in the packet when I looked through. So that's the Solanum. There's 2 kinds. The ones that this Eden Brothers sent us is like Copers. Oh man, it's the wrong botanical name for what we had last year, even though their website says the right name. So this is the right one. If anybody wants to know the exact variety that we grew last year, the black cherry tomatoes, drop us a note. Just send us an email. I'll get that to you. They're awesome. They're so prolific. So
they're very good.
Barb didn't have luck with Amish paste. Which ones were those? Were those the long ones? They're like peppers? Or are those the smaller kind of little tubular?
The Amish paste were the ones when you first walked into the tunnel by the beans. So they were kind of more elongated, but they didn't look like peppers. Those were the Jersey Devils.
Okay. Yeah, we had really good luck with those. And it could be, Barb, you've got heat, or last year you had heat levels that were unreal. All of you down there, Oklahoma, Texas, had such heat. There you go. Don, grow those sweet 100s. You are going to love them. And when they explode and there's a billion of them, you can can them, you can make sauce with them.
Yep.
And you can throw them every night to your girls and they will love them.
They will love you for them.
They will love you. Those, our girls, that's part of having a lot of cherry tomatoes is it's easy to throw treats around it. That late summer, God, they're in heaven. Just all the leftovers getting thrown their way. 4 rows of corn. That's good. Cream peas, zucchini.
Nice.
You get a lot going. That's good. Yeah, we were talking about corn for the CSA, and it's like, nah, There's some organic stands around here. If I want to add it to the CSA, I might just go buy,
Yeah.
a few dozen ears and divide them amongst the families. It's so much work, and I fear, like the last time I grew corn, we were in the suburbs, and as soon as it got good, raccoons came and just tore it all apart. So it's like, nah. Okay, so the T is for tomatoes. Okay. Get them to break their shell easier. Okay, that's a good to know. Shampoo 7.
Yes.
I don't. What?
Oh, I was looking at another question.
Seed Savers. Yep. Welcome, Shampoo 7. I don't know the name to call you. If you want to throw that down, we can try to remember next time you jump in here. But thanks for joining us. Oh my, look at you guys. I'm gonna live vicariously through you guys. Potatoes are amazing. Onions, carrots, spinach. Oh my god. I'm gonna send some snow down to you. I'm just gonna box it up and send it down. That's how we're getting rid of it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, get them going early. Start them now. Get them out there. Is the black cherry?
Yes.
Yeah, the one we want. This is the ones that we grew last year. Great catch. That is so prolific, so tasty.
And it's like they put out a vine, and then there's going to be tomatoes, and then they put out another one and put out another one, and each of those has just a ton of.
There's like 30 or 40 on a little thing. It's just like one. It's unreal.
It's like a big hand, and it's just each of those has.
That's the variety. That's the variety that we had last year. Not to say that the other ones aren't good, but this variety, it tastes like sweet grapes. There is a little tomato flavor to it. Oh, it was so good. I could only eat about 10 or 12 dozen out at there while I'm working. So
yeah.
Romas. You know what? I've tried growing Romas in the past.
And we talked about them. We prefer more indeterminate varieties so that we get them continually as opposed to just all at once.
Baker Creek does have those back in stock.
Okay.
You know what, Dawn? I've got yours that you sent, and I've got this other backup packet. We're good. We're good. I mean, if I get 5 plants out of this, that's all I need, literally.
Yeah, they are very prolific, but they're so good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same thing. Chickens, turkeys, everybody. Michelle is Shampoo 7. Welcome, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. There you go. You get the squirrel traps out, get everything. The coons just absolutely obliterated my corn. And they were 40-foot rows, and I had 6 40-foot rows. And in one night, they wiped it out. Everything. I think we got 3 cobs out of it. I was so disappointed. That's probably been 15 years. We've got so many corn stands around here. If you want good, fresh corn, it's in every direction.
Yeah.
So
it's like.
Yep, the Seed Savers. That's where our stuff was from last year, and they were sold out when I looked.
Okay.
That's where, and I'd been gifted those seeds by Glenn, a ham radio operator friend of mine. He gifted me with those. What a gift! I can't thank him enough. I gave him Georgia rattlesnake seeds and brought him some canned stuff down at the trade because it was such a good deal.
Oh, nice.
36. Wow. Gwen, you are going to be a busy girl. You got all the kids coming, all the goats going to be kidding, and another, I don't know, 3 months, you're going to be waist deep in tomatoes. Holy smokes, 36. What did we have? We had 40 plants total.
Yeah,
tomatoes. 20 on a side.
Yep, 20 different cherry tomatoes and 20 different regular.
We had 4 groups of 20, 4 groups of 5 on a side. So each variety had 5 plants, but oh my God. Yeah, it's like chicken math. Never too many tomatoes. I said that about peppers last year, and then they went boom and exploded. And I don't know. I think you probably can have too many tomatoes. That's what we were talking about earlier. Things that you never have to buy again at the store. And for us, tomato sauce, pizza sauce, diced
Anything
tomatoes.
tomato.
My God,
We got a good variety.
We've got enough that's going to last us through the season. We're going to be.
Yeah, I'm still not last year, but the year before, I'm still using stuff.
You got eggs in the incubator too. There is going to be so much activity down there, Gwen. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? I don't, on our screen here, I don't know how to drop people's channels. If you're not subscribed to some of the channels you see on the side that are commenting, check them out. We've got such a great group in here tonight. Again, there's so much knowledge in animals, in gardening, in other homesteading / farm life. Check out all the channels that are on here. There's so much knowledge. Oh, here we go. Baby goats. And I'm not ever going to have goats. I suppose I should never say never, but I don't think I'm ever going to have goats. I just don't have a need for them. But those goat baby videos, I'm a sucker for that. You put a kitty, little something pops out and it's got that high pitched thing. I'm a sucker for it. I'm glued to the thing. It's just, oh my God. Pepper growing different. Yeah. You know, Barb, you had talked about that, and we did that this year, dehydrated and then ground them. And that told me, it showed me how good were the masks for COVID. Not very good, because I wore a mask when I ground up the pepper, and
nice
I was
and tight.
Oh, I had that thing as tight as could be everywhere. I was dying. I was coughing, especially doing the habaneros and stuff. There's no way, if it's going to let in all that powder, you know that they were doing nothing. So whatever.
Yeah.
I was dying, but thank you for talking about that. We've got a jar of each kind of pepper.
Yep, we had the cayenne, jalapeno, and habanero.
And I'll just throw that in if we're cooking or want to season something a little more. I like heat a little more than holly. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh my. 1,000 pounds of tomatoes to 3 pounds. Oh geez, dude. We grew, not counting the pumpkins and squash last year, we grew 2,900 pounds of produce. I can't imagine having 3,000 pounds just of tomatoes. How big is your garden? You know, we've got 0.29 acres is what ours kind of mapped out to. I can't imagine. I can't imagine 3,000 pounds of, oh my. You're in the Twin Cities. Okay, small backyard. You know what?
Yep.
In a pot, didn't look. You know what? They do have quite a root system. They want, we are southwest of you, down by Henderson. They want to be watered consistently. If you water them and then you miss 4 days and then water them, they don't like that. Water them every night. You know, just give them the same amount so they have consistent moisture. Mulch them. If you've got a spot where you can put them in the ground with some support, they will grow 10 feet. I think they were about 10 feet arched over the top of our support. Or just come down here. We'll load you up. We had so many. Oh my. Yeah, we'll talk off camera. We'll get you down here, and you know, we could throw an extra plant in or something if it depends on what part of the Twin Cities you're in. Oh my God. Let's see. That's right. I'll drop links. Yeah, that don't worry about it. Just as people see channels go by, you know, check them out. There's such great stuff. I'm trying to not put you on the spot, Gwen. That's not why I said that. So, no. You made a video and then your sister deleted it. Nice. That's what. Yeah, here you go. Baby goats are pure entertainment. They really are. I'm just not a goat guy, but I'm a sucker for a baby goat video. And I bet you, you know, I know what people watch our channel for. They'll watch a little bit of gardening. They love chickens.
Yep.
They watch our stuff for chicken videos, and they want to talk chickens. And people ask us a lot of great questions, and a lot of newbies find our channel. I bet you your channel, the biggest views is probably baby goats. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I'm a sucker
Anything
for
baby.
I'm a
Any
sucker.
baby
Yeah,
animals.
that's true. Baby cows and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch the Cow Emporium. I'm sure Glenn and Annette. I haven't checked them out in a little bit. 1 acre of land, grow up, not out. Yeah, that's what we've thought about is going vertical. There's some squash that doesn't need to be
on the ground.
There's some squash that goes out, and every time there's a leaf, there's also a root. It needs ground contact. Then there's other stuff that can go vertical, and that's what we're looking at. And it would help cut the wind a little bit. So, there you go, Kristen. Good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Feel better.
I'm glad you are doing well. If you need something, let us know. Oh my, that's a tough fall. So I'm hoping you're going to continue mending. So get better. Yeah, can I get some of your poo? we have no lack of fertilizer. You know, with all the straw and poo mixed together, it's already starting to kind of mix and compost in the barn. And now that it goes outside by late summer, and one of my projects is to make a formal compost pile where I can move between bins. And I've got in my mind, it's going to be big.
It has to be.
It's going to be. Okay, southwest of St. Paul. Yeah, get them in the ground and then just make sure that they get consistent moisture. Your tomatoes will absolutely rock if it's consistent moisture. Yeah, there you go. Dawn, if I think we've got 2 or 3 extra cattle panels from last year. We bought a few extras.
We were using them as gates.
I was trying to use them to go out into the cornfield to block the girls from doing the end around on the backside of our garden. So we need to also solve that problem. But I don't know. We need some more cattle panels. If I could get
It'll
another.
Be a little different this year since he's doing soybean instead of corn.
I know. Our part of our garden where all the pumpkins and squash are, that is now going to be fair game for the chickens. So we need to find another way to fence that area in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, I did even more.
BTW.
You have been busy. Let's see. Yeah, be careful with cow poo. Yeah. Anything that's been sprayed, anything that's not 100% decomposed and composted. We got horse manure a couple of years ago from our neighbor, and it's great fertilizer, but it hadn't completely composted, and she spread it around, and just the weeds.
The clover.
Just the weeds took off. It was just full of seeds that hadn't done it. But you know what? Through the summer, then as we picked the weeds, the rest of it broke down, and it's been great fertilizer. So let it sit. Yep. Okay, alfalfa. We don't do fall gardens either.
Yeah.
It's called snow. Hey, Glenda, welcome. Thanks for joining us here. We're talking gardens, chickens, baby goats, you name it. Where did a board and block raised bed? I need to move up. Okay. Yeah, and if you can get some more cattle panels, don't you have a couple cattle panel arch that's already going? Because those tomatoes, if you can get them up on that, that'll get them out of the way of your hens. Because that's the main thing that we needed.
Yeah.
Talking too much. Come on, feel free to jump in here, girl.
We're good.
Carry the conversation. I need to drink. One good thing about $50 February, I think I had 8 Pepsis that were sitting downstairs, and now it's the 12th. Less than one a day. I'm not going to say I've kicked the habit, but The habit's
Been
a
greatly
lot.
reduced.
The habit's a lot less. I don't have the shakes as much. Oh my, let's see what. Yeah, that's Gwen, you're right. I made light of that and talked quickly, but yeah, anything that's got herbicide spray on it. Our stuff that we get, our straw, is not sprayed, and I've asked about that. That the farm that they get that from, it's not sprayed. I don't want any of that around our girls because I don't know what that does to the eggs or our girls, but I don't want that then getting into the ecosystem up here through the compost.
Barb was asking a question too.
Oh, hold on, we'll get to you, Grace or Glenda.
It's a toss-up. I mean, I don't do a ton of baking. It's just more simple stuff, but I do a lot more cooking.
Yep, she does good cooking, but she's been baking more with
just more breads kind of stuff.
She picked that up this winter doing sourdough and English muffins, breads,
pancakes, just that kind of stuff. Just looking to see what I can do. Pizza crusts.
They're good. Yeah, we had pizza on homemade pizza crust last night with homemade sauce, and oh man, that was good. So let's see, Glenda did a cover. Okay, yeah, ours would be,
it'd be all under snow.
Yeah, if you don't have that, although I wonder if it would come up and be green immediately in the spring and give them something quick to munch on. I've never grown a cover crop because we get so much snow, it's just gone. Yeah, Holly was earlier. You're not crocheting. We sucked her into we got a topic that we sucked her in there. Now we lost her, Gwen. Darn it. She was with us for a while. We started talking gardening and I've never done a cover crop. We're on the trellis. Okay, yeah, if you can find a couple of cattle panels, and some people were talking about watching sites that had estate sales. And when people passed, the kids are like, well, we don't need this. And so you'd get $5 cattle panels versus, I mean, what did we pay, $30?
No, I thought it was more like 18.
Okay. Maybe someone said they went to 30. Yeah, that sounds about right. They were under 20.
Yeah.
But if you can get them for $5 and you just got to drive them out, I don't know. It's maybe a way to get them on the cheap.
Yeah.
Your chick. Yeah, that's right. You do. You've got the cattle panels around there, and that's worked really well. Here we go.
Yeah.
Cheddar cheese.
Oh.
And then do you put something on it, or is it just something to go with? You have a stew or something, and so this is just a little pancake kind of thing to go with it. That sounds good. Her pancakes were good. Other than, I'm thinking pancakes. Yeah, 4 of them. Well, that sourdough is so dense. Oh my God, I've never been so full. I don't think I ate the rest of the day. Yeah, there you go. You had to remind her. We've lost Holly again. Now she's off doing her thing. Yeah, they last. The butternut do. We've got acorn downstairs. They've turned orange, so they're kind of at the end, but they're still good.
Yeah,
we're gonna have squash.
Spaghetti.
Oh my God, we got so many spaghetti squash. And I kind of figured. I remember sitting out there saying, "How many do we need?" Oh, we'll have 1 a week. Bologna. I bet you we've had 5. So.
And again, because I'm the one that does most of the cooking, and I'm not a big squash person.
I know. I will just cook up some squash sometime for lunch, just for me, knowing that Holly would be like, "Have at it."
Yep. Enjoy.
Okay, there you go. $34 cattle panel. Someone had mentioned in the 30 range. Whoops. And I think it was under 20. 18 does, and we grabbed it all at once. We don't have a vehicle big enough. We went and got the big cattle troughs, and what did we get? 6 of them.
We got the 6 8-foot troughs, and we got all of our cattle panels.
20 cattle panels. We rented a truck.
Yep, rented a U-Haul.
We had no other option. It was like they were going to sell them.
Yep.
The troughs. They weren't going to hold them. So either you had to get them, and it's like, okay, we got to get them. Boom, we got a rental truck. Went and grabbed it all, and oh, there you go, grilled cheese sandwich. I love it. Butternut. Whoops, I keep hitting the wrong one. Butternut squash. It is so good, Dawn. Oh, I've got a whole bunch here. So if you need some, let me know. I don't remember the name. Indian hemlock. Throw your name down there. I'm sorry. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're kind of winding up here, little garden talk. It's good to talk gardening versus all the winter stuff. Yeah. Dawn, they're a little unwieldy. I mean, they're 16 feet by 4. They're kind of wobbly. We just got we had to go to 3 stores to get the troughs. Because
2.
And then the local place. Didn't we go to the one in?
No, we only
2?
Only 2.
Chaska. Okay.
Yeah.
We went and got the troughs, got them in there, and then found some others, stopped there, and then got the cattle panels and kind of stood them up in between, and it worked great. One time, made a round trip, dropped them off, brought the thing back, and we were done in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just a quick run around.
And a lot of that was driving time.
Yeah, a bunch of it was.
Yeah.
Quentin. Okay, thanks, Quentin. I'm sorry. I think you might have said that one other time, and I just didn't remember. So apologize for not remembering. Where are we?
Nice.
Yeah, they work for so much good stuff. Those troughs and the cattle panels, and I want to try to use cattle panels to see if I can take like acorn squash, maybe some other squash, and go vertical.
And probably like cantaloupes and.
Yeah, I got to just look back at my notes on what needs. There's pumpkins. It's either spaghetti squash or the butternut that do need to put a root down, so they don't want to go vertical, or they're not going to do as well going vertical. Okay, you got to. Oh, there's ways to bend them. Well, yeah, we haven't bent anything. We've just let them arch so far, or we've kept them vertical for our cukes and beans and peas area
with
to
some
grow
T-posts.
Yep, and done it that way. Are you talking to have to bend them to have a peak like that and use them more like for
either that
taller
or in
beans?
A corner?
Okay, use them as I don't know. Glenda, let us know what you're thinking on that.
Yeah.
I'll find one. Walk it home. Oh.
You'd need a couple people to help you.
Yeah,
16
feet. That's unwieldy, and it starts kind of wiggling and waggling, and I don't know. Okay, Barb, you did go vertical on that. Did you notice on the stem going up if it was trying to put a root down? I forget if butternut is one that does it. I know acorn squash does not need that, so that can go vertical.
Yeah, we did run into that.
Yeah, you don't want them to get stuck in between. Yep. And then if they're going to be really big, get some support under there.
Yeah.
We were joking about that last summer. The squash support system. Find estate sales or something where some big bras and hang them in that,
melon hangers.
Yeah, something. Let's see if we. Yeah, no, don't drive like that. Yeah, that might be a good way to stay out of it. Going for 8 foot. Okay. Nice. I've never seen an 8 foot. Everything we've seen around here is 16 foot. And we're going to need more fencing just with all the chickens free ranging and all the fruit and other stuff we want to put up. There just needs to be some protection, or that fruit's going to be strawberries would be non-existent. I can just see the girls lining up for that.
Yes.
Okay, curve them into you.
Okay.
Yeah, like we did for Tomato Alley.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The melon hammock. There you go. Yeah, well, you can doctor them up a little bit so it's not 2 cups. Just use one and whatever. We're getting off into. We're gonna lose our
Yep.
rating here on YouTube
Yep.
if we keep.
Yeah, we need to get.
You took your watermelon.
Okay.
Now
With
the Georgia rattlesnake, no, because they're going to be 35 pounds,
yeah,
or could be.
But with the yellow ones, they
The
could.
Minnesota, is that Minnesota midget?
No, those were the
Or that was a
baby
cantaloupe.
doll.
Baby doll. Yeah, those could be. Be hung there.
Yeah, 6 to 8 pounds. Those could work.
That would work good.
Mhm.
Hey, Eric's in here. Hi, welcome. You're gonna catch the last 10 minutes. We're talking gardening for a change instead of $50 February and some of the stuff. Talking about getting ready for next February. Almost. Okay, you have 8 foot at Rural King. Yeah, we don't have Rural King around here. I'll have to look. I do like the 16 foot. Just when we put them even vertical for the peas and cukes, it's worked really well to use the 16 footers. I want to make sure I'm carrying as few pieces as possible. Lemon Boy, orange cherry. No. You want to write those down?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always open for trying new, especially melons and stuff. We really have had pretty good luck with fruit.
Yeah.
And melons over the years. So I love and breaking into a brand new watermelon fresh from the garden after weeding and all that for hours. Count me in. Yeah. Make sure your sisters don't delete your videos. Yep.
Yeah.
Gardening support.
Yeah, so this is my yellow, and this is from Livingston. It says it's petite yellow, but it's the same one that I did last year that came up
Same
as
variety?
Yeah.
Okay. You looked at the variety,
Yep.
just a different name on it? Okay.
Yep, just a different name on it. But they get to be 6 to 10 pounds, and it only takes them about 65 days to.
From the time they come up. So, yeah, and that's something we're not going to plant early. Glenda, we're looking at next weekend to get some seeds planted and in front of the window. Then we were talking about that earlier. Then we bring them downstairs and get them under the lights. We've got 4 levels of shelving with lights over each one. So, hi, Jamie. Welcome. Jamie's joining us. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on board. Got a few minutes left here. Let's see. Won't until mid-April. Okay. End of April. Indoor seed starting or starting seeds outdoors? Because if you've got a lot of snow like us, we're hoping this will all time out right, but it all depends on when the snow is going to go away. Oh my! There's a peach tomato. I don't know. Something really sweet. I mean, those sweet 100s are going to be really sweet for you, and then those black cherry. Wow, that just was a whole new world for me. That was so good. I just couldn't get enough of those. I'm late with where click. There you go. You know what? 2 weeks. Start them now, and put a hot plate under them or something to give them some heat. No, the heat will kind of turbocharge them. Get them in front of the window really good, and then get them some consistent light after that. They'll catch up. I don't think 2 weeks is a big deal. Oh wow! I was going to finish my water. That milkshake. Oh, living good.
That sounds good.
And it's probably milk from one of your goats or something too. So it's really good. Yeah, Dawn, you know what? I went through in February an entire jar of dehydrated. I cut the black cherry tomatoes in half, put them on a sheet, and then put them in the dehydrator last summer, and dehydrated several jars worth. And I went through an entire jar. I still chew on them. They're so good. You put them in your mouth and they're kind of like leather. Then all of a sudden the flavor starts popping. It's like, oh my, I can't wait for fresh tomatoes. And that'll be end of July, I think, is when we'll start seeing them. So we're down to 4 months or so, something like that. Our last freeze is end of May normally. Yep, that's ours. It's somewhere mid. I looked it up the other day. It was like the 19th of May or something. So we've still got a ways till last frost or last freeze. So, yep, Memorial Day weekend. That's kind of our tradition. So we'll see. We're probably in the same, I don't know what zone you are, but the dates might not be too far off on your zone and ours. We're 4B.
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
Yeah.
Store-bought tomato. Yeah, it's totally different. Anything, everybody here knows that. You get stuff out of the garden and you start putting that into a recipe, and it's so totally different. Yeah, homemade. That's I knew where you were going. Hugo Homestead, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And you dehydrated some celery today. There you go. Are you going to use it for powder, or like a celery powder, or just wondering what Jamie, you're going to use that for? Oh, Dawn, you know what? I put you on the spot. Keep that conversation going, hon.
He's going to get the cherry tomatoes, so that you can see what he's talking about. So
I got my second jar. Oh, these things. Yeah, I just got one of those little silica gel packets in there with them. Otherwise, they just come out like little chips. Flip it around. There you go. Little chips. And they're just, I cut them in half, put them on there, dehydrated them. They're awesome. They are just absolutely awesome. I'll just sit and chew on them. That was my get through February, my little sweetness. Oh, that's good. Oh, it takes a few seconds, and then all of a sudden they hydrate a little bit, and it's so good. Okay, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I could just do during the live, I could just eat, and you could talk for an hour and a half. You know that. Can you guys imagine her talking for an hour and a half? No. Put you on the spot. We'll do an hour and a half on crocheting. You can walk them through it. Let's see. 4A to 7A a day. Yeah. Back. Okay.
Yep.
So you're using it for soups, powder. Okay. Good. Yeah. I've never grown celery.
No.
And Matt and Sarah, really close to us, do that all the time. I think they've had really good luck with it. Yeah, and we could dehydrate these tomatoes and grind them up. Didn't you do that with some?
I did not, but we talked about doing tomato powder.
Yeah, and just to thicken things up, or for chilies and
make your own tomato paste out of it. You can use it for other things, or even to add to like rub you would put on some beef or chicken.
There you go. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Make our own rub. Ideas for next year.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is good. I know what I'm going to chew on with my water. We're going to watch a TV show and then go to bed. We're coming up on the end here. Let's get my blood going. This is good. To have talking gardening again. God, just going out and seeing the snow just takes you down. It's like it just won't go away. So this good conversation. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and jumping in. Let's see. Tomato powder. And then Dawn, so you both had done it. You'll have to, so let's, because we're taking our tomato skins when we're skinning everything.
Yeah.
And we usually give them as treats to the girls. You're taking those and dehydrating those and then grinding them up for powder.
Okay. Well, a lot of times too, we had everything else mixed in with it. I was saucing a bunch, so it had all the seeds and everything else rolling in there. So
put the seeds and keep
Well,
another one just to skin. I don't know.
No, it all comes out at once.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure some of that.
If I ever can hold tomatoes, then I'll be pulling skins off at that point.
Yeah, everybody have a good couple of weeks here. I'm going to eat some tomatoes now. But we appreciate you guys stopping by and I don't know, getting my mood up here, getting me out of the winter mood. So thanks, and we'll see you live in a couple of weeks. There'll be some other videos coming out this week, but thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great week. Take care. That tomato.